welcome to the Help Us Understand podcast, where we stay confused. I'm Zach.
I'm Josh.
And today, folks, we're not as much confused, maybe a little confused.
It's just a passing thought.
It is a passing thought. I feel like I've been, over time, as age is hitting me, although I'm not super old.
You're old.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I've lost my touch with theme parks.
Were you ever a big theme park person?
I love them. And actually, as I'm saying this, I'm realizing I'm going to one this summer.
Are you?
I'm going to Dollywood.
Oh, fair.
For a couple days. It's been probably 20 years since I've been there, so I don't remember anything about it.
I've never been there.
But, I mean, I'm excited because I have a son.
Right.
Even if I was going by myself, I'd be kind of excited, but I think I'd almost dread, like, the summer heat and walking and the lines.
See, when you're kids, you don't think about that.
I know.
Like
You're
it's
just
gonna
like,
be hot.
rides! And now I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to have to stand in one spot and get sunburnt for 30 minutes to go, woo, for 90 seconds, and I'm done. And not even that long most of the time.
But see, I like them for the kid reasons. I'm still not grown. Like, okay, people who know me know that I'm a big Disney nerd.
Yes.
I'm a big, fat, hairy, almost 40-year-old man. and I'm a
with
big,
Mickey ears on. He wears them all the time.
I do. I'm wearing them right now. No, I'm not. But yeah, I'm a big Disney. I'm what you would call one of the Disney adult.
Yeah,
is what they call them nowadays.
Yeah.
So I've always been partial to theme parks, not just Disney. I mean, like, so here in North Carolina, we have one called Carowinds.
Yeah.
And it's like one of our bigger ones in the area.
How many times has that place changed?
Oh, a lot. When we were younger, it was owned by Paramount Pictures.
That's right.
But I think that was before you moved down here.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. But it was owned by Paramount Pictures, so all the rides were themed after Paramount movies.
Yeah.
Like there was a Wayne's World roller coaster. There was a roller coaster based on Thunder Road.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
You remember all that stuff? Yeah. And now it's just its own thing. And
it went to like Batman and Spider-Man, and then they moved to.
No, it's not.
Yeah, they changed theirs.
I know, but they don't. But they had SpongeBob for a while.
Yeah.
You know,
but it's the same ride.
Yeah, it's the same rides, and they've opened a few new ones and they've changed it up a little bit. I haven't been. I went. But I'm hefty, so I couldn't ride a lot of the stuff. Yeah. They have things now. They have the fat shaming things up front.
Yeah, I know.
It's not fat shaming.
Well, I was looking at it.
I know it's what a lot of people
We were
call
planning on going to Dollywood, and I was like, "Hey, what's the what's the height requirements for my son, and then the weight requirements?" And it was like anyone over 270, you're not on any of the roller coasters. And I was like, "Damn." Like, they're just capping that shit off.
Yeah, but most of the time they don't even do it by the weight. They do it by
height too.
Well, no, you sit. They have a roller coaster.
That's right.
Car that you can sit in, and the thing has to like close.
Strap.
Well, yeah, and when it closes, a little green light will come on if it's closed all the way, and if it doesn't, sorry, fat ass. you can't ride, which I totally get. I mean, I'm a former employee of the Walt Disney Company, so I'm familiar with all this stuff as well. We used to do the same kind of thing. But Disney was always very careful about that kind of stuff. Like they had a lot. It's really easily for heavy people and different. Let's call them differently abled.
Yeah,
to be able to get on their stuff. But Carowinds, I don't think gives a shit.
Oh, Carowinds don't give a fuck. They're like, hey, you're paying. Come on in. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Pay $20 for some popcorn. $20 for some ice cream.
No kidding. And it's really like that. That's why I don't know if theme parks are struggling. But I think a different financial bracket is who goes to theme parks nowadays.
Anymore. Yeah.
You can't go anymore.
It's a luxury.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and I think COVID really screwed theme parks because how the fuck were you going to contain that?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but a lot of them still opened.
They did, but they had like
open.
2 people at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, it had to be unbearable.
I mean, I can't imagine.
But that's why I'm like, you know how much Carowinds is nowadays?
The cost?
Yeah.
For one day, $100.
Just to get in. I mean, if you want a fast pass or food or anything else,
it's all extra.
It's additional.
Oh, dude, Disney
is nuts.
Disney is outrageous.
Oh, I know. I've heard.
But see, there's little tricks and stuff that they don't tell you. Like people go and pay $7 for a bottle of water. You go to these concession stands, ask for a cup of ice water. They are not legally allowed to charge you.
Yep.
But they don't tell you that.
Right.
They don't care. Which if I was trying to make the money, I wouldn't fucking take it.
Because most people want a bottle of water. You want to carry around a bottle. You don't just want a little.
Convenient. Yeah, but water doesn't last a lot long for me.
Right. You need multiple bottles of water.
No, not bottles. Give me a cup. I will guzzle that shit down. And in the Florida heat, that ice ain't gonna stick around either.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Goodness.
But it's all expensive. I mean, but that's the thing though. When you go, it's so funny because when you go, because you've never been to Disney World, have you?
Who are you talking to? I've been twice.
Yeah, but when's the last time you went?
When I was half my age ago.
Okay, so like 15.
Yeah.
Okay, it's different. It's different. But I mean, at least for quote unquote Disney adults, when you go, you pay for all this overpriced shit, and when you're there, it doesn't really occur to you. You're like, yeah, I'll totally pay $27 for that fucking. Man. I mean, I've definitely went down.
I mean, do you feel like you're in like a different bracket of pay, and you're just like, yeah, that's average price?
No, it's you justify it. You try in your mind to justify it.
I don't know if I could do that. I'd see a lightsaber for $200 and go, yeah.
I have 3 of them.
Yeah, I know.
I have 3 of them. They're not that expensive.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
You told me that it was like $120 per.
Yeah, you said $200.
Okay. And in my mind, that's still darn expensive.
Yeah,
I'm still going to look at that and be like, it's a stick with lights that makes noise.
It makes noises. And when you hit it to other ones, it makes the ding noise.
I can do that. It's just, I mean, and I know there's a lot of people that go there for that specific reason, right? They want the one thing, the movie that they're obsessed with.
Yeah,
that's what they want to go do.
Well, but it's significant things. Like, I mean, yeah, there's a Mickey Mouse hat, but then what if you're not a fan of Mickey Mouse? What if you're a fan of fucking Goofy or some shit? I mean, the merchandising that's where they make. Well, no, that's not the only place they make their money. Because think about it. I don't know the amount of people that go to the parks daily, but it's a lot.
Oh, I'm sure.
And think about just the ticket prices. Then once you get in, people are renting strollers. People are buying the food. You can bring food in there to an extent, but it's not, you can't bring glass. You can't bring certain things. So really you have to kind of pay the food and the drink.
Right.
The merchandise. I mean, you're paying for everything.
And as you're talking, I'm asking the internet, how much does Disney World make per day?
Well, okay, go on. Wait, Disney World, the entire resort?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it says accounts for about half of the segment's revenue, 12 global parks. I just want to know about Florida, right?
Put Walt Disney World.
Walt Disney World.
And just to clarify, Disney World is the parks in Florida. It consists of 4 theme parks and 2 water parks. So if that's a lot of money.
Okay, so it's saying $45 million a day on average.
I'm shocked that it's that little.
What do you mean?
What is that, just ticket prices?
That's an average over 365 days. So they may not make $45 million one day, but then like during the holidays, they might make $300 million.
I remember in the holidays, they would have to close the doors. They would reach capacity.
Think about that, dude. $45 million. It says the tracks per guest. Ticket ranges are $119 to $159 per day, depending on the day. But add in food, merchandise, parking, extras like the Lightning Lane, which are $50 to $100 more per person. At 159,000 daily guests, that's $31 million to $39 million just from park goers alone.
Yeah.
Then factor in the resort stays, which are $200 to $600 per night. Dining, revenue, pushing past $40 million every day. Seasonal swings matter. Summer and holidays might spike closer or over $50 million per day, while quieter months like September could drop to $35 million. That is mind-boggling.
But I will have to say that recently Disney has been putting that money back into the theme parks. Like they're updating a lot, they're adding things, they're taking things away, but they're also improving a lot.
I hope so.
They do put the money into it. I mean, let's be honest, Disney's never going to hurt financially.
Right.
They're just not.
I think they could go years with just on the decline.
If they just ran the parks how they ran them now and just kept them that way for the
I wonder how
time.
much it actually costs to maintain the park daily. Out of that $35 million, probably $5 million a day to maintain the park,
which is not that much if you consider
it's not
it.
when you really think
not that
about
much.
it.
But I don't think about that either. I mean, but you got to think about the stuff. Like I remember, so every night, so the Magic Kingdom Park is the one that I worked at.
Yeah,
and every night they do the fireworks show. Sometimes they do it twice a night. And I remember talking to somebody who was part of the firework crew because they had like a radio thing set up and stuff. And apparently every day, the amount of fireworks they use was something like $260,000 worth of fireworks.
Christ.
Nightly. So, I mean, they're putting a lot of money out there, too, but at the same time...
I changed my $5 million to $15 million.
Well, but the overpriced stuff is what... Because you got to think about it. I mean, it's the cost and demand. So, a Mickey bar, one of those ice cream Mickey bars, cost... I can't remember what... I think they're like $6 or something.
Probably more now.
For one of them.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't cost Disney that much.
Oh, hell no. Probably cost them $1.
Yeah, we saw... Because we have the boxes of them, there'd be like 100 of them in one box, and that box probably cost nothing. You know, and really, it's just vanilla ice cream dipped in chocolate. Yeah, that's shaped like Mickey Mouse. But because
it's got Mickey on there, you know.
But I can't blame anybody because I'd be down there and be like, "Yeah, Mickey ice cream." There's just something about it.
Nah,
I drink the proverbial Kool-Aid.
But see, I think that's why I've lost touch somewhat because I'm like, I know how much things cost, and as a child, I'm like, I don't care, I want it. Now I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah.
I can get this at the gas station 2 miles down the road.
What?
For half the price.
It depends on what you're getting.
I mean, there's going to be people selling off-brand merchandise and this exactly like the same thing.
And this is very ignorant of me, what I'm about to say. I know that what I'm about to say is stupid, but at the same time, I get both sides. Okay, so let me give you an example. So there's gift shops every couple of feet in every theme park, in every resort, in every water park, everything Disney. There's gift shops every fucking way. And a lot of them are specific to a particular area, a particular character, something like that. Okay, so because it's so expensive to go to the parks, some families save up for years to be able to go.
Right.
So what's happened now, and they've been there for the longest time, but right outside of the Disney World property, it's called Lake Buena Vista.
Yeah.
Right outside the property, there's all of these discount merchandise shops that sell off-brand Disney stuff.
Right.
It's Disney, but it's not
the exact
It's not the theme park exclusive. It's not the theme park exclusive. It's not licensed a certain way. So it might just be a plain shirt with Mickey Mouse on it.
I would bet you $5,000 that 90% of that stuff is a leftover shit.
So, well, I know where the leftover shit goes.
You don't, though.
I do, though. Well, not all of it. Well, so they had a little. This might be a Disney secret. If I'm not on the next podcast, we'll know why. But there's these little stores that they have that's just for cast members, and you can go, and a lot of times they'll sell out of date Disney merchandise for a significant discount. But I know of a lot of families who would come just to do the park thing. And instead of buying merchandise and gifts and stuff in the parks, they'd wait and then leave the property and go to these discount merchandise things.
I don't blame them.
But I don't either. But at the same time, to me, it's not the same. It's not the same.
To them, it is. They're like,
it is. I know it is to them.
You know?
But there's something about getting it in the park, which is, I get it. I'm acknowledging that that's stupid.
Yeah.
But it's something about the feel,
the experience. Yeah.
But also too, there's things that you can get in the parks that you can't get in these merchandise shops.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't have to budget and save for years to go to Disney World. The whole point of Walt Disney opening these parks was so everybody could go and enjoy them.
Like, I knew somebody, you know who I'm going to talk about when I say this. This person went with their wife and 2 children. Okay. Planned to go to Disney for over 2 years. Went. When I finally found out how much he spent, they stayed on the property.
Right.
They stayed on the property, and they ate there every single time. They did all the parks. They were there for like 8 days.
When they go?
June. I think it was like June.
It's the busiest time of the year. So
how much do you think that they spent overall those 8 days? Just a family of 4.
And they went to the parks every day?
Every day they were at the parks, and they stayed on the property.
Did they have hopper passes? Those
I'm sure. Expensive? Yeah, I think they did.
Do you know what hotel they stayed at? Which resort?
The Swan, maybe?
Okay, that's expensive.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Family of 4 staying at the Swan.
And they drove. Days. They did not fly. They drove. So keep that in mind too. They did not pay for flight tickets.
Anywhere between 8,000 and 10,000.
More.
Give how much?
$15,000.
Okay, then they must have paid for VIP experience or something because it's not that expensive. I don't know.
I mean,
it's not that expensive.
Like one dinner that they had at one of the restaurants was like $400 for the 4 of them.
Okay, granted, if you're going to the fine dining restaurants every night,
I don't know if it was every night
because there are some of those restaurants that are killer, but they're way overpriced.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you did that, I could see $15,000, $16,000.
But like, why is it that much? Even for like the top experience, like that is. That's unreasonable. For 15 grand, someone better be rubbing my fucking back and toes
they do that
every day, morning to sunset. I mean, it just 15,000. I could go on a whole different trip for that.
I haven't been in 3 years, and there's a reason for that because we just simply can't afford it.
Yeah, I mean,
especially in this market. I mean, especially in this economy right now. It's just, but there's some people that can do it, and that's the problem. The issue that I've always had with it, and you were talking about Dollywood. I don't know anything. I've never been there. I don't know anything about Dollywood. But as far as Disney goes, it's no longer. It is still for the middle class. If the middle class is willing to sacrifice certain things and budget and save up for a while. But really, it's for upper middle class.
I was going to say, it's more really, for upper middle.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you comfortably want to go and not have to be concerned about money, that's who it's for.
But I hear a lot of different, and I don't want this to sound wrong, I hear of a lot of different class of people going to Disney. Like upper class to lower class, and you wonder how can they afford it. And I think that's the same thing. They're either getting a deal through someone that they know,
right,
or they really have been saving and they're going the cheapest route possible.
Now there are certain ways to save. There's different ways to do it. Like, I would request to anybody if anybody's planning on going to Disney, there are plenty of Disney travel agents out there.
Yeah,
they know what they're doing. Yeah. They can get you the best discount possible,
right? And
they do it for free. They make their money other ways.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you try to do it on your own, you're most likely going to end up spending, because Disney's not going to go, hey, you selected this resort here. Well, this one's got similar amenities and it's a cheaper option. They're not going to tell you that.
No, they're not.
I mean, unless you got some really cool agent, and I'm sure there are some people that would do that.
Right.
But, oh man, I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? Sorry.
That was not good.
No, it's not good at all.
That was all that food.
I guess. So, when it comes to like actually pricing it and doing it that way, there are different classes. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
So there's different resort types. Like there's they have the lower level. It's called the value resorts, and those are the cheapest.
Of course.
But check this out. They're called value. Well, they used to be called value resorts. They're like $190, $200 a night. How in the fuck is that value?
Compared to the rest of the park.
The thing about it is, though, and that's how we used to justify it.
Bless.
Now, I like to stay on property when I'm down there because it's part of it. It's part of it's part of the Disney magic, as they say.
Yeah.
I do like it. But when you get into these rooms for these quote-unquote value resorts, they are the simplest, nothing rooms.
Right.
They're a room with 2 double beds.
You're just paying to be on the property.
And that's pretty much. And the thing about it is, when it comes down to it, you're paying for a place to sleep and wash your ass.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because the majority of the time, now I will have to say they have bars that are really nice, and the pools are really cool and stuff like that. So I guess you're kind of paying for that as well.
Sure.
But you're spending the majority of your time.
You get that at any other hotel though with the pool.
Well, but they kind of do it. They do it all out to an extent. I'll show you after we finish.
Yeah, they throw people in the pool. Here,
$5, please. But I mean, really, you're going to spend the majority of the times in the parks. And at one point, those value resorts are what I would call value.
Even compared to what they have now.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even blame the increase of prices with that stuff. You can't even blame it on depreciation or any of that kind of stuff. It's just wanting more.
I would have to have an excess of money to be like, all right, I'm gonna stay on the property. But even then, I would pick something value. Like I would be like, in my mind, I'd go, okay, the difference between me staying off the property and on the property is a car ride and parking. That's it.
So get this. At one point when you stayed on property, your parking was included. It's not anymore.
That's fucked up.
It's fucked up. And I didn't realize that until the last time we went, because we stayed at one of the quote-unquote value resorts.
So they want you to get dropped off in a fucking taxi?
Well, I guess. Because we parked, and they were like, I can't remember what it was. I want to say it was like $10 or $15 a day for your car to be in the parking lot.
Still.
Because once you're there, you use their busing system. Now, you don't have to. Yeah. You can take your car and you can park in the parking lots for the actual parks, but then you got to pay to park. So it makes more sense to use their busing system, which is complimentary.
Yeah.
Which I can't imagine why.
Right.
Because they're going to make money on that at some point.
I mean, you just brought up a good point, the parking thing. When we went on our cruise last year, 2 years ago, we had to pay how much for parking per day? Wasn't it like $16 a day or something like that to be there?
Where?
No, I'm thinking of when I went when Vanessa and I we went to the Bahamas.
Oh, I was going to say we didn't.
And we went to South Carolina. It was like $16 a day to leave our car parked there. To leave our car idle.
Parked where at the
dock
where the ships are?
Yeah.
What?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Who charged you? The cruise line?
I think it was the cruise line.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Which it went to the dock, and I'm like, the dock floods every year.
Yeah.
What I fucking
so
understand.
where the fuck is my money going?
Yeah. I mean, it just
the seals
paying for parking to me is one of the most desperate attempts to get people's money. They have to come in a vehicle. They cannot travel by foot.
But look at it from the business perspective. You can't say no. You have to pay it.
But it's just fucked.
Oh, it is. It's dirty.
You could go without that and still be in an excess profit
at
any given time.
Park at a Walmart and get a cab.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
I mean, seriously, park anywhere else and get a cab to the, it's not called a dock. What is it called?
Oh, for Disney?
No, any place where the cruise ships are.
A dock. They leave out of a dock.
It's not a dock. A dock is a wooden thing.
It's a giant loading dock. Yes. The parking deck for the dock.
That's what it's called. I know what you mean, though.
It's a parking dock.
Well, luckily we didn't do all that when we went to Alaska. We flew. But even then, all the extra stuff we had to pay for that shit, too.
Everybody's going to think that we're high middle class because we're talking
about
Alaska.
Not at all.
That was like a once in a 20-year time thing.
And I remember when we decided to do it, we were hanging out upstairs in your living room, and you were like, they're running a special right now. Royal Caribbean, and I was like, word? And you were like, I think we're going to look. And I remember calling Mom and being like, what do you think I'm going to Alaska? It was a deal, though. It was a deal.
Okay, so here's a comparison, because you've been to Disney. Mm-hmm. You've been on a cruise. Mm-hmm. Which would you prefer?
I'd prefer Disney.
Even with the cost.
Correct. But let me clarify. Between the two, I feel like I'm getting the most value on the cruise.
Fair. Okay, that's a fair point.
And that's the issue that I'm taking with the price of Disney right now. Because really it's gotten to now before I would say, let's say 10 or 15 years ago, I would say it was expensive, but it was worth it then.
Yeah.
But I feel like now they're raising the price, and not only are you paying for what you're doing in the parks, but you're paying for the name Disney.
Yeah.
You're just paying for the fact that it is Disney. Now, I don't think that applies to all aspects of the company. For example, I've never been on a Disney cruise line.
True.
Our buddy has. Dustin has. They've been on a bunch of them. But I feel like, from what I'm hearing, what they've told me and what I've looked into and stuff, apparently Disney cruise lines, you get more for your money on those than you do in the parks.
Specific to the Disney experience, though.
Well, yeah,
it's not necessarily of being on a cruise.
No, they do it differently.
Specific to the Disney
That's what
experience.
I mean. They do it differently than other companies, other cruise lines. But I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I think regardless, if I had to choose, I'm going to go on a cruise. It's cheaper. And like you said, the value.
Yeah.
All of your food is included. 90%. You can pay for more if you want. But like your food's 90% included. Your stay is included. Most of the events and the shows and things are included. Right. I mean, it's just for the money, it's just more worthwhile.
It is, but from experiences that I've had and what I feel like I would enjoy more, I love Disney World. Yeah. I have a ball. I have a great time.
Yeah.
I've always liked it, And cruises are great. We had a great time on the cruise.
Yeah.
And every cruise I've only been on 2 cruises my entire life.
Yeah.
And they're great. They're cool.
Yeah.
Eat, fucking sleep.
See, we need to go on the Icon of the Seas.
Is that the new big one?
Yeah.
The Royal Caribbean?
That basically is a theme park.
It's like a city on the water.
Yeah. That I feel like would almost change our experience a little because we go, this is a theme park.
Yeah.
Like this is the full, you wouldn't get through the ship in a week. Like that's how much there is.
Then that's just too much ship.
That's Disney World. There's too much to do in Disney World. You have to pick your parks.
And I remember too some shit that we paid for when we went on the cruise in Alaska. So they have bingo. And we waited in line for how fucking long to get those bingo cards? I waited in line.
Yeah, you did.
Because I bought y'all's and your parents were in line with me.
30 minutes or something at least.
And you get the bingo cards themselves, and depending on how many times you want to play, it was like like $40 or $50 for the card. It was a lot.
For a set of cards. Yeah. It was like $40, you get 3 cards. And that is it.
And that's cool. Do I also get the pen? No. You got to pay for the fucking pen. You also have to pay for the pen. So we do all this shit, paid all this fucking money, and we went and we sat through bingo, and did we win? Not a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Because I was, at the time,
it's gambling. It's just gambling. That's all it is.
But at the same time, afterwards, I remember being like, I'll never do this shit again.
But you will. Next one, you will. There won't be a line. It'll be wide open, and you'll go, ooh.
No, you'll look at me and be like,
Daddy's feeling
bingo,
lucky.
and I'll be like, fuck no, never again.
And then you'll go, casino?
Yeah, let's go to the casino.
Let's go waste it there.
Well, I did win at the casino, kind of.
Oh, man.
A little bit.
I mean, it's, and see the casino on the ship, too.
Yep.
That's worthwhile.
And remember how many people were there?
Yeah.
It was so crowded. There was and everybody there just gambling fucking money.
Well, I don't blame them. You're there to just do whatever you want.
Yeah, but you already spent.
And there's a spa, although it does cost, too.
I'll
never forget this last cruise I went on. They have, all the events throughout the day. And one of the events was learn about your body and the chi within your body and how to handle different kinds of pain. And I was like,
so you went on a cruise, and one of the things you did is went to a class?
Yeah, I was.
You paid for it?
No, it was free.
Included.
I thought this ship is 2,000 people big.
Okay.
I thought I'm not going to be the only person there, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Lucy must be having a...
She's shuffling.
She's shuffling. Yeah. She's trying to find a soft spot.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to go. So I went by myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I'll be back at the room, when this is done. So I go up there and I was like, hey, I'm here for the class. And they were like, oh, well, come on back. And they were kind of like genuinely like, oh, another person. And
you were the only person?
And so I walk in this room and it's this poor thing, a Chinese woman, young girl who doesn't really have good English.
Right.
And I sat down and she was like, hello. And I was like, hey, and she said, we'll give it a minute, in her, as clear as she could. We'll give it a minute. No one else showed up.
You were the only person in the class.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh man, this was a mistake. And so she's going through your body and your chi, and she was talking, and I only picked up those few things.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, okay. She got almost all the way through her 7-minute presentation, and 4 people walked in. And she went, oh, I'm so sorry. We will start over.
Oh, no, you're kidding me.
I sat there again and I went, oh God.
I'm going to go to the bathroom, but I'll be back.
So check this out. So after it was all done, it was like, thank you. Yeah. So the next day, they had a different seminar about acupuncture. And I was like, okay, I'd like to do acupuncture. Maybe there's a free trial. Lesson. I went back up there.
Same woman?
Same woman.
And
she was like, and there was, oh God. There was like... There was like 4 or 5 other people, thank God. And she leaned in and she went, I'm so sorry. It's the same speech as yesterday. And I was like...
No kidding.
And I just fucking... And Vanessa was with me. Jesus Christ.
Did you stay? Did you stay?
Yeah. Because then...
You want to pause it?
When she was done with her 7-minute speech, then she let people try the little needle. Like, she would put it in their arm and be like, here, this is how it feels.
Oh.
But I just thought that was so funny because I'm like, why are we doing these things? We put these classes and no one wants... Apparently, people don't want to learn on cruises, I guess.
Was it the same speech?
Yeah, it was the same exact speech about chi, but she was just doing acupuncture afterwards. Jesus. And I was like...
See, that's not what I would do. Now, I will say...
That's fun, learning new things.
No, you read a fucking book on acupuncture. No, you can be sitting on the deck next to the pool listening to the same shit.
Reading about an acupuncture.
Sure. Podcast. So, I will say on our cruise to Alaska, our ship had bumper cars.
That was fun.
That was fucking cool. I will have to admit, that was fun.
They have bumper cars in Disney? I'm sure they fucking do. Yeah. Oh.
No, you know what? No, they don't.
See, they're losing out. They need bumper cars.
Yeah, but that's kind of...
That's theme parkish.
That's amusement parkish. There's a difference. There is a difference. A theme park revolves around a particular theme.
But it's still an amusement park with a theme.
Yeah, theme park.
Still an amusement park.
No, amusement park doesn't have a theme. It's just...
Okay, what do amusement parks have? Roller coasters, food, drinks, maybe a water section.
But what's the theme?
What does Disney have?
But what's the theme?
Amusement.
So amusement park.
But then a theme park is roller coaster,
Disney
food,
is the theme.
A drink,
Dollywood,
sometimes water
Dolly
rides.
Parton
And what is the theme? It's Mickey Mouse or something. It's the same thing. So they should have bumper cars.
Incorrect. No bumper cars.
Cruise ships are they've gotten one more point on my board now.
I think they have bumper cars at the parks in California, but we don't have them in Florida.
It's too far. Doesn't count.
I'm not going that out there just for the bumper cars.
Either. No.
But either way, our cruise ship had bumper cars. I don't even remember what the ship was called. Liberty of the Seas? Is that what it was called?
Serenity of the Seas?
No, I don't think that was it either. I don't know what it was called. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I can't remember. But there was something, it was cool because when they weren't using the bumper cars, it was a basketball court.
Yeah.
And then they also did...
They were supposed to do ice skating, but we never saw it.
Ice skating?
Mm-hmm. It was an ice skating rink as well.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. They said that they would do ice skating, and I was like, ooh! And they never actually pulled it out.
No, I never...
Because I would have done that, but...
No, I got in a hot tub at one point and ordered drinks.
They had the rock climbing wall, too, which is almost standard for almost every location in the world.
Yeah, but considering we were up near Alaska, it was cold.
Still did it, though.
You did it?
Yeah.
You did do it?
Yeah, Vanessa and I did it.
I didn't do it.
We raced. And then they had the skydiving thing in the sky that you're in.
But you had to make a reservation for that, right?
Yeah.
You didn't do that one?
Yeah, we did.
You did?
Yeah. I have a video and everything.
Oh, see, I didn't know you all did
I was a pro. Out of all the people, I was the best one. They were like, good job.
Yeah, right. It was like, well, not going to tell you bad job. You're
no,
but
customer. Like they were like, you're doing really good. Everybody else, they were like, come on.
Vanessa did it?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to ask her about it.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good
fair
time.
Enough.
Yeah.
I mean, cruises are a whole different thing. I mean, because the food is included and the rooms are everything you need.
Yeah, really.
They're everything you need.
They'll get made in a blink of an eye.
Right. Like, I mean, I was so surprised how quickly they got things that we needed.
Yeah.
I told you about how I fucked up with room service, right?
Yeah.
So you on your TV, they have room service where you can order whatever you want. And I'm pretty sure it's 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
You can order whatever you want. And people who know me knows that I'm a pizza fiend. I love pizza. If you saw me, you'd understand. So I was like, well, let's not go to dinner tonight. Let's just order room service in the room.
Yeah.
We were chilling there. I was looking at the TV. And I ordered like a hamburger and like some fries and a few drinks or something. And it said pizza, and it didn't. There's no price because it's included.
Right.
And it just said cheese or pepperoni. So I thought slice. So for me, and my mom was in the room too. I was like, I'll order 4 of them, 2 slices each.
Right.
So I ordered 4. This motherfucker showed up with 4 whole goddamn pizzas. And I was like, and I could tell they were kind of like looking at me like, how many people are in this room?
Yeah.
But I just took them, and I was like,
You're like, do you not see this belly?
But I was so confused. I was like, what did I do? And then I realized that it didn't specify slice or not.
Jeez.
So for 3 nights, I was eating on old pizza. I wasn't going to throw it away.
Free. It's included.
That's what I'm saying. It was included. I mean, why the hell not?
See, that's what I'm talking about. Cruise, you can just eat as much as you want.
And you can't do that in theme parks.
No. Well, you could. Just it would cost you literally an arm and a leg.
Well, there are some people that have the money to go. You can go to Disney World and you can pay for a VIP experience. And it's
how much does that cost?
I don't know. And whenever they have, it's called that because whenever celebrities came to the park, they would be escorted by a VIP.
Of course.
But people can pay for it as well. And you literally got this person who wore a vest and knew everything about the parks and would walk around with you and get you through the lines. You didn't have to wait in lines. They would take you in the area so you didn't have to wait in lines. They would take you to the restaurants and all that kind of stuff.
Excuse me. We have
VIP.
Yeah, VIP come through.
Seriously, that's how they did it. I don't know how much that would be.
A lot.
I can't imagine.
I'm gonna see if AI can tell me how much.
I bet you anything it will because I know it's loaded somewhere.
How much does the VIP experience
at
cost
Wisney Durrell
at Disney? You almost messed me up. Florida. It says, it just says 3 dots.
3 dots.
As of right now, the price ranges from $450 to $900 per hour with a minimum of 7 hours per day.
Jesus. Per hour?
Per hour. That's 900. Hold on. $6,300 a day on the
just for the VIP.
Just for the VIP. Just for 7 hours. Yes, the cost is $3,150 to $6,300 before any additional expenses. Keep in mind that this price is for a group of up to 10. So splitting it among a larger party can make it more affordable. Oh,
What? $6,300
divided by 10.
That's $630. That's still a lot. On top of what you've already
paid. For the whole day, though.
That's for a day?
Yeah, but I mean, it says this does not include park admission.
Of course not. Why would it?
You need valid theme park tickets.
No shit.
And likely park hopper tickets if you want to visit multiple parks.
Which costs more as well.
The rate tends to be lower during off. God bless, man. That is insane. It says it's much higher during Christmas and spring break.
I imagine so.
So it's what, like $3,000 an hour for this shit?
Well, Christmas is the most expensive time, man. That's when people... I had to work Christmas Day when I was working there, and people went on Christmas Day.
You're like, I don't understand.
I mean, it was the wildest thing. Like, I mean, people were there. I expected it to go in, and it would just be like an empty park. No, it was a normal fucking working day.
If I went on Christmas Day and got a VIP experience, I want them to make it snow.
They can.
No. The sky.
No, they can. They do. They do that in certain parts of the park. I
want it to be animatronic. I want it to be real out of the sky. I want them to make a miracle happen if I'm going to be there on Christmas Day and pay for the VIP.
Well, that's what you're paying for.
Sprinkle it down.
I paid $6,300. I want 2 inches of snow.
More than that. Probably $10,000
for the week.
No, for that day of
for
VIP.
Day. Yeah,
Christmas Day.
Well, you get.
And I want to sit on Santa's lap personally.
Why?
I don't know, because I'm paying for it.
I would pay to not sit on someone's lap. So I can say,
I want a Red Ryder air rifle.
Red Ryder BB gun. What's wrong with you?
Damn. It's too far away from Christmas.
It is. We just passed it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what we're saying is theme parks are still good, but they're overpriced and they're just not for anybody anymore.
No.
I mean, have you already looked at prices for Dollywood?
Yeah, it was expensive enough that we're only going to do one day there.
So you're driving.
There's other stuff there.
I was about to
we're
say
going to stay for a couple days, but Dollywood's going to be like a full day. And basically, you need a full day to get through it. But I think it was like $100 a person, and then kids were like $60 or something.
And that doesn't come with anything? It's just admission?
Just admission, yeah. But I don't think they have fast passes or anything. I think they just have the regular admission. But they have like a kids park. They have a regular park. They have like different sections. And they have new roller coasters. One new one they said was like one of the longest ones in America. Something crazy.
And Dolly Parton might turn up. She might be there.
Vanessa said the same thing. She said, I'm paying these prices. I want to see Dolly Parton. And I was like, good luck.
So get there and be like, oh, welcome to Dollywood. Thank you so much. Now, where's Dolly? Like you can go sit on her lap. Like you can come in her and sit on her lap.
Well, hey, sugar.
How you doing? Nah. I mean, I wouldn't pay for that. I mean, I don't dislike Dolly Parton.
No, but I don't think I'd specifically pay for that, you know.
Like I'd pay to sit on Natalie Portman's lap.
There's no theme park that's named the Portman Park.
The what?
The Portman Park.
Portman Park?
Yeah.
The Portman Park?
Yeah.
There will be.
Yeah, after you make it.
There will be. Yeah, right. I won't. I don't know. Anyway. I don't know. I still miss Disney. I still miss theme parks, but it's just expensive.
Yeah.
Might have to save up.
Cruises. That's my vote. Sorry.
The cheap cruises.
Well, even if it's more expensive, you get more money. You get more value for your money.
Yeah.
So
all that food. All that nasty salmon that you eat.
Don't knock a cold smoked salmon with cream cheese on a bagel.
I will knock it.
It is
out of
fantastic.
All the stuff that you could get on a breakfast buffet, you would get a bagel with cream cheese with smoked salmon.
Absolutely. Every fucking time.
You're doing it wrong.
Oh, no. I'm living the high life, the classy life.
That's classy?
You and your little scrambled eggs and strips of bacon.
Oh, yeah. All you can eat bacon. There ain't nothing better.
No, I'll put some bacon on there, too.
Fair enough. All right, well, that's it for this week.
Yep.
As always, you can find us on YouTube. Help Us Understand is the channel name. You can also send us an email with your questions, comments, and concerns. helpuspod@gmail.com. And you can also find us on wherever you get your podcasts.
You always end it like that.
Do
Podcast.
I get angry towards the end of it.
Yeah, podcast.
But that was it this week. I was Josh.
I was Zach.
Bye.